I'm against politicians being influenced by these individuals by accepting essentially bribes or promises of votes based upon catering to them. If
Sure.
it's wrong, it's wrong. That's why in the state of California, the Department of Corrections and the Peace Officers Association, the two of the largest, most powerful unions at one point in time here, they're no longer. The workers unions are, and we're
The
getting
SEIU
yeah, absolutely, and we're getting some effective change. We're going to get bail reform. They just made it the other day here in California that they're not going to take away your license if you don't pay a ticket.
Sure. And
so it takes away that power of these people to have the perpetual waterfall of attacking the poor, and then here's a person gets a ticket and they're unable to pay because they were targeted. I talked to a guy the other day. We're picking him up. That his he had a personalized license plate on his car and had transferred the tar plate to his car, and because the officer with LAPD ran the plate and it came back to a Mazda and not a Ford, he commenced a felony traffic stop. Well, a felony traffic stop here in Southern California, you're probably seeing it on the news because we do one every night. Hell, we do it several times a day where the helicopters come in like they're going into Mogadishu. You have 16 guns pointing at you, and guess what? The guy's registration matched. He didn't get an apology. They held him for an extended period of time under gunpoint because he was a dangerous guy driving his own truck. That was so really so where we're trying to influence others today is to take effect at the local level and have an effect on a local level. Get like-minded. I mean, believe me, I'm an anarchist, and I am one. But in order to affect change within this broken system, we have to manipulate the system to serve our needs. And that starts with and not my individual needs, but the needs of the people. And so one of the biggest things we're doing is having these conversations like this. And I thank YouTube for the opportunity to broadcast this signal worldwide instantaneously. I'm not going to badmouth them. It's an incredible thing. Just like that handheld device everybody has in their hand that they use it for playing some silly games. I mean, I'm not against playing silly games. I get that. But man, the information that's at the palm of your hand at an instant is just unbelievable. We've never been in such a period of time in the history of man to where this has been able, but we've never been surrounded by more stupid people in our entire world. We have the most ignorant people in the world today that typically, I don't know why. I don't know why they don't get past the skin. If the skin's bad on something, if the same people here today were alive when George Washington Carver was alive, we wouldn't have peanut butter and we wouldn't be eating tomatoes. We wouldn't.
You mentioned a lot of stuff that got me thinking, and you were talking about police unions. And yes, in California, they're losing power, but in most of the large municipalities about the country, the police union wields a ungodly amount of power. You can't get elected a dog catcher. You're not going to work as a dog catcher in many cities unless you get the old nod of the police union. And the thing is that police union contracts they have with most of the municipalities need to be looked at. Like if you're an activist out there and you want to find something that would substantively change the way your police interact with you, where you live, you're gonna have to take a nice hard look at the police union contract with the city you live in and start advocating for change within that. Because there's things like arbitration rules in the union contracts where a cop can get fired by city council for an egregious overt use of force. They could shoot somebody's kid, for instance, and this has happened, and they could shoot someone's kid, get fired by the police commissioner and the mayor, or however their city council deals with it. And then the union contract says that after 6 weeks or 6 months that they have to automatically rehire them. And that is such BS. So the two things that activists need to look at, if they're that type of advocate, is to look at the Law Enforcement Officers Bill of Rights, or in Oregon, it's the Public Employees version's Bill of Rights. You need to look at reforming that stuff, and you need to take a long, hard look at these union contracts, because that's their weakness in local activism. And that's where people can affect positive change in law enforcement within their own municipality where they live. And I agree with you, Felipe. I'm an anarchist as well, but I understand the value of people that that live within the system and they want to reform it. Personally, I'm an abolitionist. I believe that police should be reformed to the point to where they're unrecognizable. The job
Oh,
is
the same thing. No, absolutely.
right,
No,
right.
no, absolutely. I recorded a conversation with Detective James Williams with the Springfield Police Department last week or the week before, and I told him plainly, I have no use for you. You only respond after something has happened. No one is happy to see you. He asked me what else I could do, what else he could do. I said, you could quit your job. What? He was all offended. It's like, quit your job. Go do something more productive. Go help some. Well, I feel, well, I like my job. I said, imagine you do. You have no expectation for your work. No one expects you to do anything but show up on time and answer a call and run and raise. But you guys just can't do that. You guys just can't go and do your job. You got to go out and pull women over at 4:00 in the morning and force them to suck your dick. And then you want to go into prison. Okay, that does happen. That's like a game they play in Southern California.
Oh, absolutely.
No, it is. No, seriously, it is.
I know.
Surprised. I was surprised because we were contacted through because I work with police officers as well. Whistleblowers, get it straight. Whistleblower police officers. There's a difference. And somebody, Felipe works with the police. No, that's not true. They'd be like, you're out of your mind. We'd never work with that pothead. Are you out of your mind? There's no way. But on that situation there, where it's just I got myself distracted on that. But
no. I can totally tie this into reality, and a lot of people are listening to this that might be supporters of law enforcement, or they're thinking, "Oh, no way that these people that are charged with protecting us would do this kind of thing." It's a fact. You can Google this. It's mainstream news. There's over 30 states in the United States where it's legal for police to have sex with a woman or a man while they're in custody, while they're in handcuffs, if they claim that they consented. Now, under any other circumstances, if it was anyone else, like if I handcuffed a girl and said, "Hey, if you blow me, I'll take the handcuffs off," like I'm going to prison for rape and felony coercion. But these pigs in more than 30 states in the United States are allowed to coerce people that go to jail or suck it, like it's disgusting and horrible, the kind of stuff that goes on in our culture that people have no clue about. But it is literally legal for police to have sex with people that are in their custody. And by any other legal standards, that's coercion and it's a felony.